Hi, and welcome to the Arizona Public Health Training Center's Continuing Workforce Quality Improvement Series. For this episode, we will be discussing histograms. A histogram is a fancy word for a frequency graphic representation. In other words, if you want to analyze a set of data points and be able to easily determine the frequency of each data point, using a histogram is a great way to organize and readily visualize the set of data. Let's give it a try using this example. Look at this set of data points. Notice that there is no way to easily visualize how often each set of data shows up on our table. Let's categorize the data by grouping the data points, illustrating how often each data point shows up in our sample. This gives us a beginning by grouping like data points together. From this example, I can note that the number 8 shows up the most, or close to the most, and the number 9 shows up the least. Let's continue by drawing a sample data table that shows the frequency of each number. We'll label our table by titling each column. We'll label the first column category and label the next column frequency, or how many times the data points show up on our original table. For accuracy, we'll make sure we find the sum of the frequency values and compare it with the original n size from the table of data points. Now we can easily develop our histogram. We'll start with an x-axis and labeling it category. The y-axis will label frequency. Always remember to add a title to your illustration. The title should represent the specific nature of the information illustrated on the chart. Now we can populate the histogram using the data from our organized data table. We can now easily determine the frequency at which each value appears on our data set. Let's try a real-world example. Let's suppose that we are a community health clinic and we want to offer free immunizations for babies in the county. We have distributed a survey asking people when they want our office to be open for vaccinations on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This table represents the responses given by the community. As you can see, it is difficult to guess which time works best for people to visit the clinic just from this set of data. So let's create a histogram. First, let's organize the data. This frequency table gives us a nice illustration. By organizing the data this way, we can begin to see what time works best for people who would take advantage of free vaccinations. And now let's build our histogram. Depending on your audience, histograms are likely to take on a variety of forms and colors, not limited to the examples we have seen here. You can also use spreadsheet software to create a variety of histograms. In this case, we begin with an Excel blank page. We can title and build a data table using the information from our vaccination clinic example. First, we create a data table with the category and frequency columns labeled appropriately. It is always a good idea to use the auto-sum function to ensure accuracy of n size. Next, we highlight the values on the table and click on the Insert tab at the top of the page. Take the cursor over the column function to choose which style you would like to work with. Once you have created a working histogram, feel free to add any features you would like to see on your illustration. How many different ways can you represent the data? Make sure you save your work, and of course, be sure to title your charts appropriately. That was a look at histograms. Visit our website to see what the Arizona Public Health Training Center is doing to ensure a well-prepared public health workforce. Please contact us with any questions or suggestions that you may have. Until next time.